name's Kamon Reynolds, and if you'll come over this way, we're feeding the bees and doing a couple other things. As if you've seen any of my other videos of this pump, it used to have a long nozzle on the end of it. It was plastic, and I accidentally broke it, getting a little too ambitious. Let's just put it that way. So I've got a couple hives over here left. This row goes about another 150 feet or so, and we have 2 on this pallet that look really good, and I've got 4 really nice ones over there, and we have frame feeders and we have buckets. And so it was 70 degrees today Fahrenheit, and it will be about that tomorrow, but then it's going to taper off. These strong bees are going to take this. I wouldn't use a frame feeder on a weak colony this time of the year, and we're pushing it. This syrup has been warmed up, it's 2 to 1 to about 100 degrees Fahrenheit, and that'll help these bees take it in. So let's just look real close at these bees before we feed them, and I'll show you a little bit about the buckets. There's nothing too crazy, but what we got here is the Hilco migratory lid that we put a shim on. Now, isn't that a nice bit of bees right there? And as you can see, I have a lot of different types of equipment. I'm trying to get a little bit more uniform, but honestly, you try a few things out, do a couple videos here and there, and you got different stuff. These are the plastic boxes from Motherload. They've been pretty good. They are a little bit, they'll bend a little bit, as they're not as rigid as a box, but they're flexible, and the frames don't glue down near as hard to them. So that, I think with every maybe con that would be with them, there's definitely a pro. The bees seem to do really fine in them, so I don't see any adverse reasons to not use them. And you don't have to paint them, they just pop together really quick. Obviously these bees look pretty good, and so does that one. This is a really nice look for this time of the year. We have pollen patties we threw on a little while ago, and they're already consuming them pretty good. They're not trying to really rear much brood right now. This is just to fatten these bees up even more, and they may not need it. But for me, it's like I'm going to spend, at the expo I can get patties for about $2 a pound. And so 1 patty this late in the year, just to fatten these bees up, help them a little bit, is great. So we're gonna use frame feeders on these 2 hives. And it works a lot better with that long nozzle. But so it sprays a lot more when it's like this. So if you're going to cut it short, you'd at least want a handful of inches right there just to keep the mist. Oh, I forgot I turned it down really low for the video. Usually it'll fill up this 2 gallons in about 7 to 8 seconds. Well, isn't that just really nice? Really gentle. And you got to really watch drowning on some colonies, but when you have colonies this strong, the syrup's warm, and it's going to be 70 degrees tomorrow, most of this will be down tomorrow. And I've been doing this a couple times. The weight in these boxes is looking really good. This should be the last feeding they'll need. And on some of them, it may be a little overkill. That's okay. Oh wow, wasn't that the most gentle feeding we've ever done? Well, you guys can enjoy looking at these bees. I'm gonna go crank that thing up just a hair. Ain't nobody got time for that. All right, I didn't turn it up all the way, but it should help. Oh yeah. So that's about 2 gallons right there. And you see I have some sticks, I have some straw. There is a handful of dead bees in there. I'd say there's probably around, I don't know, 15 to 20. And maybe a little bit more in a few. This is a healthy colony. They're losing bees every day. That's normal for them. I don't want a bunch drowning. And in this cool weather, they're more prone to do that. And so that's why I have put that straw and sticks in there, especially for this time of the year. All right, move out of the way. Smoke works really good. It's probably about 50 degrees right now. It's cooled down quite a bit. It's going to keep cooling down. I really love these feeder rims. It adds rigidity. It also helps us to not crush anything between patties or fondant or anything that we might want to do. All right, let's move on to the bucket. Good looking bees. So over here, it's similar with both of these hives. They're probably not, that one's not quite as strong, but you can see how they're building comb. that's a really good sign. If they're building a little bit of comb in late October, November in Tennessee, you've got some pretty good bees, I think. And so this isn't the biggest cluster that we typically have in a production hive. A lot of the doubles are bigger, but that's gonna make money next year and be healthy. That's the main thing. So on bucket feeders, this is a Bob Benny lid right here. It really needed to be painted. I haven't got around to it yet, but I just threw it into service. I have a 2-gallon bucket, so it's the same size as those others that we just did, except it's going to be over the cluster, which is actually a little bit better in cold temperatures because they can warm it up a little bit, and they seem to do better. So that's not quite all the way full, but it's close enough, especially the way that mists on me. Now, you want to make sure your bucket's sealed pretty good, but you're going to have a little bit of leakage. You can see we have several holes right here. We want them to take this quickly. So you want to make sure they can really get to it. This stuff actually has some Apis biologics and a little bit of Hive Alive in it, because I don't want this stuff spoiling it all going into this winter cluster. And maybe that thymol and the Hive Alive will help clean anything that might be in the bee system. So the problem with buckets is, watch this. And it's going to take a little bit for a vacuum to get going. And it's robbing season. Well, that's pretty good. There you go. So the raccoons love drinking syrup out of buckets, and they're a lot stronger than you would think. I've seen them knock off 2 gallons the same night you put them on. I haven't had problems the last year or two with that, but I mostly use frame feeders, partially for that reason. But essentially, that's what we're up to right now, is just going through, messing with some stuff. I'm going to get all of my lids the same. Bob's lids are awesome, but I either need to have all of Bob's lids, all of John Hill's lids, or a different style. These are the old lids that I made myself, and they work pretty good, but now that I've loaded bees and moved them, I really want that cleat on the end to keep them from sliding off. It's really helpful. Uniformity really helps when you're strapping a load down. That's a pretty good bit of bees right there too, eating away at their patty. It's getting real dark. Laurel says it's time to go home, and so we're going to stop this video. If you have any questions about this, leave them down below.